So I asked 10 business owners to explain digital marketing. 9 of them got it completely wrong. But it's not really their fault because digital marketing feels really confusing if no one is there to ever show you the big picture. Well, that's going to change today. What is digital marketing? Digital marketing isn't just one single solitary thing. It's actually a group of tools that work together like a system to help people find and trust your business online. I'm B.G. Hamrick, and I'm glad to be with you today. And we're going to be talking and learning today on how to use the internet to grow your business in a smart, simple, and sustainable way. We're going to ditch those random tactics and dive deep into the digital ecosystem, a whole ecosystem that actually makes sense. All right, so let's kick it off with the cornerstone of all of it, and that's SEO, search engine optimization. In the simplest terms, SEO is about making sure that your website pops up when people search on Google every day. But it's not just about stuffing your website with keywords. It's really more about understanding what those searchers actually want, what their intent is when they're searching. It's about aligning your online presence with the solutions that your customers are looking for. So, like if someone is looking for the best gluten-free banana bread recipe and you happen to have a killer recipe on your baking blog, SEO is what helps them to find you. It's about using different types of keywords to really nail that connection between the two. You've got your main keywords, the core terms that your audience is searching for, but then there are what's called long-tail keywords, which are more specific phrases, and they're often indicating a more defined intent from your customer. So someone searching for the best gluten-free banana bread recipe for diabetics, that's a long-tailed keyword. So instead of just repeating banana bread a million times, we sprinkle in things like gluten-free baking, ripe bananas, sugar substitutes, things like that. It's about covering all the angles of the topic, both for the search engine and also for the human reader as well. And speaking of reaching the right audience, what about businesses with a physical location who are in a local area, like a bakery in a specific town, wanting to show up when someone searches for that perfect banana bread recipe? That's where optimizing your Google business profile comes in. And that's what shows up in those local search results and on those Google Maps. It's really essential for brick and mortar businesses to make sure that that is complete, that map is accurate with photos, customer reviews, and relevant keywords. So they find you on Google, they click, and then boom, they land on your website. But not just having any website. That's not good enough anymore, just having a website. It's got to be fast. It's got to be user-friendly. It's got to be a really good mobile experience. Why is all that so crucial today? Because Google is all about user experience. If your website is slow, if it's difficult to navigate, or it looks terrible on a phone, people will bounce, man. They'll just go away. And Google sees that as a bad sign. It's like your website isn't giving people what they want. So it pushes you down in the rankings. Think about it. We all do the same thing, right? If a website takes forever to load, we think something's wrong. We're out of there. One of the tools that I highly recommend that helps you to get all of these things in order is a tool called Google Search Console. It's a free tool from Google, and it's basically a direct line of communication with Google. It tells you how Google sees your website. It helps you identify any technical issues, and it actually shows you which search queries are bringing people to your website. It's really super valuable stuff, like peeking behind the curtain. And of course, I have to emphasize the importance of visual appeal and clear navigation. Like a website should be both beautiful and easy to use. Your website is your digital storefront. It's a sign, and it needs to make a good first impression. So high quality images, clear fonts or text types and styles, some intuitive menus, it all contributes to building trust and making people really want to stick around. And every page should have a clear call to action, that instruction that tells people what you want them to do next. Sign up for our newsletter, book a consultation, add to the cart, all those kind of things. Now, once people are on your site, the way you structure your content becomes really super important then. And that's where on-page SEO comes into play. It's about optimizing the elements within your web pages. Okay, so we're talking about things like headings, subheadings, not just for like readability or easy to read, but for SEO as well. Headings act like signposts, both for your readers and also for Google. They signal what each section is all about. And using relevant keywords in those headings helps Google understand what your page is about. So it's about putting your main keyword, what you do, early on in your content. And it's still a good practice. It confirms to both the reader and to Google what your page is all about right off the bat. But remember, you got to always be writing for humans first. Keyword stuffing is a no-no, and it has been for years. Nobody wants to read a robot-written article. Google's pretty smart, going to figure those things out, and Google can tell when you're trying to game the system. And another important on-page element is internal linking, linking to other relevant pages within your own website. It helps keep people engaged and exploring your site, and it also helps to distribute that SEO juice, that authority across your domain. And don't forget about image descriptions. We call that alt text, and you definitely don't want to forget about that, but it's important for accessibility and for SEO. Alt text is the text that you put on an image of any sort inside of your website. It's good for screen readers to describe images to visually impaired people, and it also gives Google more context about what's on your page. And finally, a clean and logical URL structure. URL is just the address of your website. That makes your site easier for everyone to understand, both humans and search engines. So with all of that, our website should be optimized. We're creating some good content now. So now, how do we signal to Google that our site is the real deal, that it's an authority in our niche, that it's a good idea to present it to the people who are searching for our businesses? Well, that's done a lot of times through backlinks. These are links from another reputable website. Backlinks are like votes of confidence. They tell Google, hey, this website is trustworthy, it's valuable, because other trustworthy websites are linking to it. Sort of like a friend recommending a restaurant. We're more likely to try a new restaurant if someone we trust says it's a good idea. But how do we get those backlinks? Well, first of all, you have to create some really awesome content. You got to have really good content. That's the best start. But what else can we do? Well, we can start with outreach. We can reach out to other websites in our industry, other community leaders, micro-influencers in our community and in our niche, and start building relationships. And guest blogging is also still a great way to get your name out there and to get a link back to your website. You provide valuable content to another website, and in return, you usually get a link back to your own. And participating in industry events, online communities, that can also lead to backlink opportunities. It's just all about becoming a recognized voice in your field. That's the primary part. Now, all this talk about creating valuable content brings me to this broader concept of content marketing. So content marketing, it's more than just blog posts, right? It's about providing valuable information to your audience in various formats. Think blog posts, video posts, podcasts, infographics, ebooks, anything that educates, anything that entertains, or brings great value to your target audience. It's about becoming a go-to resource, building trust, nurturing those relationships over time. And the key here is to understand that your audience, who they are and what they want, what they need, what they struggle with, what are they interested in, what's their biggest pain points. All of those things help you to create good content. It's not about constantly selling. It's actually about providing genuine value every single day. You're not just pushing your products. You're not just positioning yourself as having something for sale. You're actually positioning yourself as the expert, building trust, attracting audiences that already are interested in what you have to offer. And then, of course, you have to leverage social media to share that content and to reach that wider audience. Social media is really making a resurgence in digital marketing. So as we talk about social media, we're not just talking about posting random stuff, right? It's about strategically building relationships and engaging with your audience on those platforms. It's about being social, having conversations, building community, and being human. So choose the platforms where your target audience is already hanging out, share some valuable content consistently there, and don't be afraid to show your brand's personality or even your personality. People want to connect with people, not faceless corporations or logos. Let your brand's voice shine through and be really authentic and be engaging. Mix up your content, share fun stuff, informative stuff, behind the scenes, and stories, live videos. Those are just great for connecting on a more personal level. And don't forget to actually engage with people. Respond to the comments that come on social media. Answer questions, run contests, and do some giveaways. Keep those conversations going. That's the secret to winning on social media. Now, another powerful way to connect directly with your audience is through email marketing. Now, it's kind of old school, but it still works. And it's a classic for a reason. Email gives you a direct line to the people who are already interested in what you have to offer. The key is to provide real good value. Again, just like social media, just like your content, the value has to be there. Personalize your messages. Don't bombard people with sales pitches all the time, right? Nobody wants to be spammed. Offer something valuable in exchange for their email address, like an ebook or a discount code or a video series. And then you can nurture those people over time with valuable content and more personalized offers. And you also want to segment your email list. You want to group people based on their interest and their behaviors and where they are on their buying journey so that you can send them more targeted and relevant messages, sending the right message to the right people at the right time. And automation can be a huge time saver here. Setting up automated email sequences based on specific data that you have on your particular list. So like when someone signs up for your newsletter, they automatically get a welcome email series that might introduce them, first of all, to your brand and then to the services or products that you offer. It streamlines that process and makes sure that everyone gets the right information at the right time. And speaking of automation, we've built a system for anyone who feels like this is just all too overwhelming to do on their own. We call this system the Impact System. Your website, email marketing, social media marketing, it's all in there. You can literally start using it today. It's a complete setup that gets you going on every major marketing platform you should be on right now, today. And if you'd like to try it out, there's a link in the description below. Just look for the link called the Impact System and we'll get you started. Now, we've talked about organic ways to reach your audience, but what about when you want to boost your visibility quicker? Well, that's where PPC advertising comes in. Pay per click. Basically, you're paying to have your ads shown on search engines and social media platforms, and you only pay when someone clicks on your ad. Google, Facebook, Instagram ads, they all work on this principle. With Google Ads, you're targeting people actively searching for something specific, so choosing the right keywords is essential. But it's also about writing a very compelling ad copy that makes people want to click. And make sure your landing page, the page that people land on after clicking your ads, is optimized for conversions. It should clearly explain what you offer and make it easy for people to take the next step, whether that's buying something, signing up for something, or requesting more information. And with social media ads, it's all about eye-catching visuals and laser-focused targeting. You can target people based on demographics, based on interest, behaviors. It's incredibly powerful. And I personally like retargeting. Now that sounds kind of sneaky, but it's actually a very smart way to re-engage people who have already shown some interest in your brand. For instance, like someone visits your website, checks out a few products, but they don't buy anything. Retargeting allows you to show them your ads for those same products as they browse other websites, just kind of gently reminding them of what they're interested in. It's like a little nudge, a reminder to keep your brand top of mind. And of course, tracking all these results is absolutely essential for all types of marketing. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's working and what's not, and adjust your strategies according to the data. Now, let's switch gears and talk about partnership-based marketing. Affiliate marketing is a great way to leverage the reach of others to promote your products or your services. It's like having a small army of salespeople working for you, except they only get paid when they make a sale for you. The key is to find affiliates whose audience aligns with your target market and who have a really good reputation, and then offer them some competitive commissions. Provide them with some resources that they might need to promote your products effectively, and then track everything very carefully. Another partnership approach is influencer marketing. So how's that different from affiliate marketing? With influencer marketing, you're partnering with individuals who have a large and engaged following on social media or other platforms. They're often seen as experts in their niche, and their recommendations carry a lot of weight with their audience. So it's not just about direct sales. It's about building a brand, building brand awareness, credibility, trust through association with some of these influencers. The key is to find influencers who genuinely align with your brand, with your values, and with your target market. It's about building, again, authentic partnerships that benefit both parties. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in the online world, but we can't forget about mobile marketing. More and more people are accessing the internet, obviously primarily through their smartphones. So our online presence needs to be optimized for that. Your website needs to be responsive, meaning it adapts to different screen sizes, and it needs to load quickly on mobile networks. People have zero patience for slow loading websites, especially on their phone. And because we all use our mobile devices every day, SMS and text messaging is also a huge part. SMS marketing or text marketing can be great for sending time-sensitive updates and promotions, but you have to get explicit permission from people before sending them those text messages. Now, with all these different tools and strategies, it's easy to get overwhelmed. And that's where marketing automation comes in, helping to streamline and automate some of these processes. You can use marketing automation tools to automate email sequences, automate social media posts, do your lead nurturing, and all sorts of things. It saves you time, and it helps you deliver more personalized experiences to your audience. But don't let automation turn your marketing into a cold, robotic experience. Use it strategically to enhance your efforts, not to replace the human element entirely. And the glue that holds all of these things together in all digital marketing is analytics. Tracking your results is essential for knowing what's working, what's not, and then making data-driven decisions. Without analytics, you're just shooting in the dark. Track your website traffic, your social media engagement, your email open rates, your conversion rates. Track all of it. The data will tell you what needs to be adjusted and optimized for better results. So we've covered a lot of ground. It's a lot. But this last piece is the most important of all. And when you understand how all of these pieces fit together, it becomes much less overwhelming. You can start implementing any of these strategies you want, but you should do them one step at a time, building a really solid foundation for online growth. But you have to have something valuable to offer the world. Digital marketing is simply a way to connect with people who need what you have. But now you need to be thinking about your ideal customer, the person you most want to reach with your business. So now take time and map out the journey they might take online from the moment that they realize they have a problem to the moment that they find the solution that you offer. Think about how they search for information. Where do they hang out? Where are they online? What kind of content do they consume, read, or watch? And then ask yourself, how can you use the digital marketing tools that we've talked about to meet them at each stage of that journey? How can you make their experience seamless, valuable, and ultimately lead them to your business? It's about putting yourself in their shoes and using digital marketing to guide them toward the solution that you provide. And if you want to know how to attract leads that actually buy, because that's the goal, right? Click here and I'll show you how.